Boyd grows only tomatoes and raspberries in his garden. Last year, he grew 140 pounds of tomatoes and 60 pounds of raspberries. This year, the production by weight of tomatoes declined by 20%, and the production by weight of raspberries declined by 50%. By what percentage did the total yield by weight of Boyd's garden decline? So let's work through this piece by piece, and we want to use percent change and the little shortcut, which I've talked about in many other of my videos, but I'll recall here for percent change. In this case, we're dealing with decreases, right? Decrease of 20%, decrease of 50%. To find the new value after you've applied that percent change, multiply it by 1 minus the percent as a decimal. In other words, the percent over 100. So in the case of declining by 20%, for example, you would multiply it by 1 minus 20 over 100, or 1 minus 0.2, or in other words, you multiply it by 0.8. So just as a little shortcut to do these percent declines. So last year, Boyd had 140 pounds of tomatoes and 60 pounds of raspberries. This year, the production of tomatoes declined by 20%. So we're going to multiply this by 0.8, right? 1 minus 20%, 1 minus 0.2. And let's see what we get for that value. So 140 times 0.8 gets you 112. And then the raspberries decline by 50%, so you can just have that, or you multiply it by 0.5. It's the same thing. We get 30. By what percentage did the total yield by weight of Boyd's garden decline? So let's find the totals. We began last year with 200 total pounds. Now we're at 142. So we want to know by what percentage did this decrease. In other words, there is some percent, we'll call it P, that we're going to multiply 200 by to get 142. So you can create an equation here. 200 times P is equal to 142. And now solve this. So P is 142 divided by 200. And that would get you 0.71. Now notice that's not any of the choices, and that's true. It shouldn't be, because this is not what we're actually looking for. Remember, this value is 0.71. This is 1 minus the percent decrease, right? That's where this came from. Just like before, we did 1 minus 0.2 and 1 minus 0.5. So the percent decrease is 1 minus something that gave us this 0.71. So that percent decrease must have been 0.29, because 1 minus 0.29 gives us 0.71. So the decrease is actually 29%, which is how you get choice A. There are other ways to get this final answer once you're at this point, seeing that it's going from 200 to 142. I think this is just the best way to see it, at least in the way I've illustrated it, because it shows the link between these three pieces, that they're all percent declines, and the key is to find what the percent decline is for this overall total. So this one is A. To learn more about Reason Prep's SAT, SAT subject test, and ACT video courses, go to reasonprep.com/enroll. And you can find the link in the description below the video.